This is the new 2026 Subaru Forester Wilderness. Can Subaru's most capable Forester conquer our mountain test course? Well, we're going to find out right now on Driving Sports TV. This episode of Driving Sports TV is brought to you by Onyx Off-Road. Click the link below to save 20% off your new membership using the code DSTV. Recently, we did test Subaru's hybrid version of the Forester, and it didn't do so well on our Hillclimb challenge. Yes! Are we gonna do it? Oh, we're on the last. Oh, are you kidding me? And now I'm starting to go backwards. But today we have the off-road ready version of the Forester. This is the 2026 Wilderness Edition. This one is packaged with 9.3 inches of ground clearance, all-terrain tires, a standard petrol motor good for 180 peak horsepower and 178 pound-feet of torque. It also has a revised final drive of 411 for a little bit more grunt on the bottom end. Additionally, it does get a small skid plate up front. We get multiple recovery points, both front and back. And of course, it has all this plastic cladding that should be good at repelling rocks. The tires are Yokohama Geolander trail tires, and they are a 235/60 R17 fitment, which is just a little bit wider than the old model. It has improved approach and departure angles. Oh, you also get a sticker right here to reduce glare. Inside, it has a large touchscreen display, StarTech synthetic leather throughout, mud mats, and a front view trail camera. Because this particular vehicle also has the premium option package, it does come with upgraded sound, a power liftgate, and a new digital gauge cluster. The transmission is a CVT, and it does power all four wheels with Subaru's Symmetrical All-Wheel Drive, enhanced with the dual-function X-Mode off-road traction system. For this new model, Subaru does say that they've made some enhancements to Symmetrical All-Wheel Drive. Specifically, the clutch in the middle will lock up quicker. So we'll see if that makes any difference today here on the trail. We're going to begin with the Rattler, then we're going to do the Sidewinder. We'll then do the ladder, and at that point, we'll see how it does. Maybe we'll try something even harder. Right off the bat, this interior, it's a big improvement over the old one if you don't mind large screens, because this one has a lot more screens. Not only do we have a larger screen in the middle here, it's now using the vertical 11.6-inch display that has been on Subarus for the last several years, but never really came to Forester till now. So ours also has the optional digital gauge cluster, which comes with the $2,200 upgrade package. That includes not only the gauge cluster, it also has Harman Kardon sound and a power liftgate. So it's kind of a nice package, but that does boost the price of this thing all the way up to $42,430 US, including the River Rock Pearl paint, which is an option, the option package plus destination and delivery. Obviously, the interior, we have the synthetic leather. It is back, StarTech. I personally really like it. And then the steering wheel is wrapped as well. This interior is actually certified vegan, so if you're into that, there you go. So we already filmed one video with this vehicle that was at the press launch, which was down in Portland and South Washington State. That was literally yesterday. And today, I've driven the same vehicle up here to our mountain test course because we didn't get a lot of off-road challenges in our off-road adventure that we filmed yesterday. So in this one, we are really going to put this all-wheel drive system to the test. And of course, we've tested some other very competitive vehicles on this same course, so it should give us an idea how this one shakes out versus the competition. Okay, I'm in drive mode. I'm going to go ahead and put it into X-Mode Snow Dirt, which is the basic X-Mode system that'll apply the wheel braking to shift power around the system. And then it will also turn on the hill descent control system, and it will also turn on the front camera, which this vehicle has. Okay, let's do it. First, we're going to do the Rattler here, which is basically it's like a forest road, an unused forest road, but it does have a challenging climb out at the end. But first, we're going to go into this drainage ditch and see if we're going to rub. No rubbing on the front. That is awesome. No rubbing on breakover either. Cool. I didn't really expect to rub because this actually has 23.5 degrees of approach angle, which is the best from all the Wilderness trims. Running along the Rattler here, we're going to listen for any dinging on the underside. Now with 9.3 inches of ground clearance, I think we'll probably be okay. Because I have taken other vehicles that have a little bit less down this same road. And yeah, they hit a little bit, but usually not very hard. Okay, it's good. Now I want to comment on head toss here. As the vehicle is making its way over the rocks, my head is actually staying in the middle, very nicely centered. That reduces fatigue on long trips, and it's not just a Subaru thing. A lot of manufacturers are focusing on reducing head toss on their off-road capable vehicles, and Subaru, yeah, really good. I feel like I could drive this for a very long time without any issues. There are two different types of X mode. There's standard snow dirt, which minimizes wheel spin, but does engage that brake vectoring system. And then there's also deep snow and mud, which allows for additional wheel spin. So right now we're just in the standard snow dirt. I'm crawling way too slow here. Right here, we could pick a few different lines, and I think we're gonna go with the hard line here because I think that this vehicle can do it. Okay, let's see how this does. I'm just gonna move up, you can see brake. Actually, let's do this right. Let's get this car info screen up so I can see what our angle is. We're at 20 degrees right now. And let's see how this does in this section right here. We're gonna lift traction off a wheel. Can it lift us up and over? I'm just keeping throttle in. It's figuring it out. Might be too loose of a surface. Yeah, it's pretty loose. So what I'm gonna do now is go to deep snow and mud, which will allow for more wheel spin as we go up and over. There we go. Come on, you gonna do it? You gonna deadlift us up? There it goes. That's the thing that the Forester Hybrid could not do. We're now gonna head on to the Sidewinder, which the Hybrid was able to do pretty well. Let's see how well this Wilderness trim deals with it. Now as we're going to go down this hill here, hill descent control is going to automatically kick in, and it does apply at the speed at which you approach. Now this is where I kind of would like to see Subaru make some improvements. I mean, give us crawl control of some sort. They have a system called grip control on the Solterra Electric. Why they don't include it on their petrol-based vehicles, I have no idea. Anyway, we're at a 13-degree hill, and we're just easing down. My foot's not on the gas, no problem. I can put my foot on the brake to override at any time. Now here's a pretty deep ditch that a lot of things scrape on. Let's see how this one does. Kind of approach from the side a little bit. Oh, let's go back to X mode, standard snow dirt, and get that front camera back on. There we go. Well, a little rub, but not too much. Okay, good. Okay, the 25.5 degree departure is also pretty good on this. Up we go. Now this is fun. So here we have a couple ditches, one on the right, one on the left, and we're going to basically lift traction off of both the passenger side front and the driver's side rear. And we're gonna really see X mode move us forward, hopefully. Now, ditches there. I can almost see them on this low-res camera. I kind of wish this front camera would be better. It is really sad. Now I'm in snow dirt X mode, just standard X mode, and I'm just gonna crawl forward and see if we can just deadlift it up. I'm not gonna use momentum, unless I have to. Okay, now we're lifting a tire, just keeping throttle. Can we just, oh, there we go. It's getting us through. There's the tip. And out, no problem. I mean, as you can see though, a system like X mode, which uses that brake vectoring type system, it does tear up the trail a lot. And that is one of the downsides of these type of systems. They're simple and they're easy to drive, but they can also chew up the trail. Hey, no grinding there. I'm actually kind of impressed. The breakover and approach are actually really good on this for the type of vehicle that this is. There we go. Add a little throttle. Now, of course, these all-terrain tires aren't the most aggressive, but I actually find that they're typically pretty good. But one thing I noticed on this version of these Geolanders is that they're no longer 3-peak rated. They're no longer rated for deep snow, which is interesting. Okay, come on. Just add that throttle. Let us climb up. Oh yeah, we got this. Yeah. I mean, it's a little bit of a struggle, but it ultimately gets it done. And then over the last bump there, tear up some of these weeds, and up and out. Come on, you got this, you got this. Yeah. Cool. Well, we were able to learn how the system kind of works using both deep snow mud and also X-Mode Type 1 snow dirt. So now we're going to head to the ladder, put it all together, and see if we can get all the way to the top. The conditions today are exactly like when we had the hybrid Forester out here. Everything is very dry. There's been no rain for days. There's not even any moisture under the soil. It's just dry all the way down, which makes for a very challenging grip situation. So not only is this incredibly steep, it's actually 26 degrees at its most extreme parts. That's a 48% grade. It's also very dry and loose. So grip, definitely going to be an issue. Now obviously vehicles that have some kind of a rear locker always do better here. Bronco Sport Badlands, heck, even the Hyundai Palisade XRT Pro was able to get up. This one relies on brake vectoring. And I am doing this test at full tire pressures. We're at about 36 on all corners because we do that for consistency. Every vehicle we take up here, it's at full tire pressure. Camera on, X-Mode Snow Dirt, because I want to minimize how much rock is getting kicked up. But given how loose it is, we're probably going to have to go to deep snow mud pretty quick. I'm just keeping the throttle at about 10%. Ooh, it's hiking up. It's hiking up. This, of course, has the 411 final drive, which the hybrid does not have. Okay, I'm going to stop here on purpose with the wheel, front wheel now in the hole up here. And now I'm just going to add throttle and see if we can get out. Is it going to do it? Is it going to do it? Deadlift it up. It's starting to. It's making progress. We're inching, inching, inching. Okay, this is probably where we need to go to. Deep snow mud. Some more wheel spin going to get us through this with a deadlift. It's thinking, it's thinking. It's just trying harder now. My foot is just to the floor. Nope. This is kind of like what I experienced with the Crosstrek Wilderness. But the Forester here is actually a little bit heavier. So let's add throttle, try to add a little momentum through it. Oh, it was doing so good, and then I stopped, but that's the test. Come on, we're gonna get through this? Oh, nope, cut power there on me. Let's go down a little bit and drive. See, we get that stuff pretty good. And then we hit the hole, and see, when we hit the hole, what it's doing is it's lifting traction off both the passenger front as well as the driver rear. So essentially, we need one wheel to push us up because the wheel in the front, the one wheel that's on the ground, doesn't have enough grip to do it. So it really relies on that tire in the back. Come on. Cutting power on me. Okay, let's try to march through it. See if that works. So slippery. Okay, we're kind of off the track now. Let's try to get back on track. Okay, there we go. Oh, slidey. Let's try it with a little momentum. I think this will work probably. Yeah, we get through the challenging part and then it's fine. The real difficulty is when it needs to lift with that one tire. Because this doesn't have a rear locker, it just cannot put the power down. That is a very specific condition though, so keep in mind, yeah, most people aren't going to ever encounter a climb like that. And that just really underscores Subaru's need to kind of, I think outside the box with this and maybe either increase the brake vectoring torque that it can put down or, hear me out, add a rear locker. But still, this is such an easy and fun car to drive. I'm not going to give them the out on it because I think that performance could be better, but we did get up. The hybrid, I tried all those same techniques, couldn't get up. So this is better than the hybrid, but it's still had to try really hard. Okay, but since we made it all the way up, ooh, auto braking, shrub in the back. Since we made it all the way up here, we're gonna use the hill descent control system. Let's turn off that. Yeah, let's turn off that rear auto braking because that's super annoying. That is a shadow. It's a shadow on a bush. You're fine. Okay, there we go. Oh my gosh, look at all the tumbleweeds that filled up that road. Well, we've captured all the tumbleweeds apparently. Okay, so hill descent control, that is automatically turned on in both X mode types. And basically I just point down, lift my foot off the gas or brake, and it will just ease me down using all four wheels to keep me tracking true. This one does a pretty good job. Actually, it's tracking me at 2 miles per hour, which is solid. That's good. I do prefer a crawl control type system because you can then incrementally control the speed like manually, but this is effective and it is working. Now let's see, it's much steeper right over here, and we'll definitely slide a little bit. Let's see how it does. Over the crest, I'm just crawling at 2 and let it do its thing. Wow, that really chewed up the trail. I can just see all the holes we just dug with this. That's the downside of torque brake vectoring systems, they dig holes. Okay, and then down we go. Actually, this is doing an excellent job of keeping us tracking straight. That is one of the better results that I've seen in these type of systems. Nice. Several other vehicles kind of have us shimmy a little bit as we go down. This one, straight on, like an arrow. Okay, so that is the 2026 Subaru Forester Wilderness here at our mountain test course. And I have to say, I do still like this car, and the reason I like it is it's a nice blend of off-road capability and daily drivability. The fuel economy is excellent. It tracks really nicely on the freeway. EyeSight has a really good lane detection and cruise control system. Overall, it's just really a joy to drive every day. Now, there's two things that I think should be improved on this vehicle in the future. First off, it needs more power. It's kind of weak on power. Now, that doesn't actually cause problems here in the off-road because you just don't really need that much power in stuff like this. However, on the freeway, when you're trying to do passing, it's a little bit low and a little bit slow. Also, off-road capability, give me an e-locker in the back. That would be great. That would transform this vehicle into a true trail master. As it is, it does struggle a little bit, but it does ultimately get through most challenging conditions. So I still like it. I really like this. I think as far as a Subaru goes, this is one of the most effective off-road Subarus they've probably ever made because it has not just X-Mode, but it also has that better approach and departure angle that you do not get on the Outback. Will the new Outback be any better? I don't know. I'm going to drive it in a couple months and we'll have to wait and see. For Driving Sports TV, thanks for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share our videos. And we're not done with this car yet. They've given it to us for 2 weeks. So one thing we have coming up here is to see how good this is compared to our Bronco Sport Badlands. That is going to be an interesting test. So we'll see you again right here on the next video.